Hello everyone, I'm GoldenHawk, creator of House of Life and Ancient Powers. I'm here tonight to speak to you, and I really intended on going on a couple other times earlier today and yesterday, but I'm here to talk to you about these intense energies and shifts that are going on and have been going on for the last several days. They've been very different than a lot of the shifts that we have had, and I tend to go into some pretty deep areas and get very intense patterning when this is going on, and can't really function while I'm trying to speak. I also do go into channel, which I'm planning on taking the time tomorrow with 2 or 3 other people in order to get some more information on this. But the other night, and I've been woken up and kept awake for several hours off and on during the week, and have also been experiencing um, other reality shifts while I'm awake. I'm actually used to that, and it's not super unusual. But I know that a lot of other people are experiencing it also. Time actually did end after the 2012, the December 21st gate. On the Mayan calendar, so far as the scientists are concerned, and we're actually beginning to live in what they're kind of calling a holographic universe. And I've been doing a lot of work and exploration in this, and I've been having a lot of guides. Actually, over the past about probably 19 years, moving through this as we began moving into the photon belt. But this has been super intense, and I've actually noticed it while I was out taking care of things, that there were basic people out there who had absolutely no idea what was going on. I've noticed it also with patterns with driving and a lot of other things. I'm aware, having spoken to people in a lot of different places, that it's happening everywhere, not just here in the US. I'm also very aware that we've had some intense solar energy. The little eclipse that we had, the small solar eclipse that we had, was actually extremely powerful and part of a series of ancient star prophecies, and has to do with the what's called the Diamond Gateway for Sirius and the Earth's orbital patterns. And I do understand that it is making a lot of changes as we're going. There was a coronal opening that went on, and actually we had a huge coronal opening, I do believe, from the blow on August 6th in 2010 that was facing the Earth, and this week, and the US sent a probe into the sun on the 12th, along with the geomagnetic storms that we've been having. But that's not the major piece that's actually happening. There was a shift with the ancient codes, cellular codes, inside a great deal of people, and there is a thread being pulled, a piece that's being drawn out of the probability field that almost everyone lives in with their 4D connections, and it's opening up DNA. It's opening up some very ancient DNA pieces. It is making some shifts to people's third eyes, and it's actually causing people to see differently holographically through time space It is also a lot of people who have been working as, hello, Terry, a lot of people that have been working as light workers are actually becoming aware that they're inside the probability field, that these are the futures that they keep seeing. And as high as we go in the probability field, we're still inside the probability field. And there's no out until the quantum leap is made, unless people are structured for the other quantum light field. And hi Therese, hi you guys. Okay, I'm channeling tomorrow. Yeah, and I'll need you, so I'll talk with you guys afterwards. But anyway, a lot of people are being thrown back in the loops, and they're becoming aware that they're being thrown back in the loops, and the area of the loops is getting very slip slidey, um, little hitches. Hi Gina. um, you guys can ask me questions about all of this. And somebody's mad, so I got a mad face. But anyway, Terry and Therese actually get their Faro papers tomorrow, and when we do that, we're going to be going into channel. So we're going to try and get a little bit more information on this. I was beyond just aware. I was actually shown the Anunnaki, the Sumerian, Persian, Abrahamic art, like in stone, and a lot of cuneiform writing that was not being downloaded into me, but actually pulled out of me. I was watching a huge amount of really ancient historic pieces that were coming out. I could actually feel the DNA shifts and feel the pieces in the back of my head moving. There was like a band removed, and I had a lot of activations and a lot of restructuring. So this has been like really big. I've been being like woken up in my like 5 hours of sleep that I try to get. After an hour and a half, 2 hours of sleep, I've been woken up and just being given all of these huge visuals and sounds, and I can follow a certain amount of them, but I have to alchemize stuff, and then I will usually go into a channel to get like really direct information on stuff. And it has been so intense and so fast and so furious for the last 2 days. This is the third night that I haven't been able to do that. So I am going to be doing it tomorrow if I don't get that far tonight. We are moving. It's a good shift, and there's a wave coming right this very second. It's actually a good shift. It's a really good shift, but it's going to be a very difficult shift. I do not know how long it's going to last. I do know that we had, I believe it was Uranus that entered Taurus, and we're like just being highly affected with that because these really intense waves from this very slow moving outer planet has moved into a house of earth and structure, and it's about how we structure all kinds of things, and it's shaking things up. It's shaking up relationships, it's shaking up businesses, and it's shaking up people's physical bodies. And I can say it's going to pass. It will carry forward with a certain amount of what we learn and a certain amount of the frequency shifts, and we'll have greater knowledge. But it is going to happen again. It is going to continue to happen. I believe that the Earth resonance was, I don't believe it went up to like 40 or anything like that. I've been looking and looking, and I'm seeing all kinds of like tiny shimmery spikes. So you're downloading information around your third eye or in your third eye, Gina? I don't have a third eye, by the way. I got rid of it. But Gina, is it coming in around the third eye? Or is it moving into it? The hologramming that we're getting from the other dimensions that's actually coming through and being able to connect has been at a much more massive rate. My stream comes in through my causal chakra, and it works completely differently because I have the geometry that is set to take stuff from all kinds of different planes and dimensional connections. But I'd like to know what's going on with people that are receiving through the third eye. This is causing us a lot of sleeplessness. Be really careful in your vehicles. Really careful. I have real strong information that this is going to go on. We'll have a little bit of a break. It feels like Tuesday. And then we're going to head back up probably Wednesday or Thursday. I don't believe we're going to be given more than a day. It might be a little more than a day. But I did want to let everyone know, and this does have to do with the eclipse. This is affecting my speech, and it is also affecting being able to pull things in and actually separate words out and map it. I can energetically see it, and I can go, if I could just send you the picture, but I'm having a very difficult time, and that's really rare for me. But like I said, this is a piece of ancient prophecy, and it was not very well known because most of the prophecies didn't see us making it through the end of the Mayan calendar. So we are moving into probable pasts and probable futures and further out of linear time. And we will have to grid and pattern that and learn to work inside of that. And I'd just love to drop into channel right now, but this is a time to hold what you want and what you want to create and what could possibly be the best for your future really, really strongly. We are getting a lot of bleed through from mass consciousness, from the political machines out there, the governments, a lot. We're getting a lot of bleed through from old religious structures, the ones that think they're still standing. It's affecting some people emotionally, and part of this is bringing in a lot of fear. That's also affecting what psychics are picking up right now too. So those bleed throughs and the holograms. It's not the best time to go out and get a reading. It's a very, very good time to do some internal work, to do some meditating, and to work on holding your own personal energetic space and your grid, and to separate your emotions from your feelings, and cool down your emotional jets a little bit, go into that space of wisdom, and just let things move. I mean, we used to call it taking the Buddhic stance, be the Buddha and watch. Kuan Yin, compassion from that position. But you might even be getting some of your own life review pieces. It's real strange how it's affecting different people. I have been getting a lot of stuff, or been getting phone calls, lots of phone calls, lots of texts, and I have not been on the computer. I'm obviously not at home, not in my office space, and I've gone to do what I call throwing everything out into my ocean and waiting for those waves to come back. So my intent that I set is for the waves to be back tomorrow, and the information to come in, and the channel to come down, and I've got stuff set to record. And please send in questions. Okay? Send in questions. And we'll see what we can get to. And I love you all. And I doubt you're going to sleep very well. So stay in a positive frame, and play your frequencies if you can. Keep things clear, yet don't forget the frequencies, and keep things as clear as you can, because this is a major shift piece, and I will know more about it tomorrow evening. I love you all, Nifka, and leave questions for me. I come in and check stuff a lot, and Joe's online with me consistently. And don't be drugged into a dream space. Find your hands if you go someplace that you don't want to go in dream time. Take your power, because there has been a few more than normal that have been having some nightmares. I do know where those are coming from, and past life stuff, and cataclysm energies, and we're going to do some work on that tomorrow. You all have a good evening, and stay in as best space as you can. Ground, center, shield.